This is the RV Game Changer. In this podcast, we will speak with manufacturing leaders, component suppliers, dealers, subsector innovators, influencers, and industry experts who all believe RVing is good for our environment, it's good for our economy, it's great for our family values and overall well-being. With your help, we can improve the RV experience for everyone.
Looking for a side hustle and extra income? With RV Wheelator, it's easy. Help people buy and sell RVs on your time and start earning right away. Call me today, Daryl Jensen, at 520-230-3123 and get started.
RV Wheelator. Turn your passion into mailbox money today.
X-Gens and baby boomers, pay attention. Tony Provost is a licensed expert with incredible insight on how to best plan for your retirement. Many of us dream of having RV adventures later in life, but we waited a bit too long to plan for this dream. What if there was a way to accelerate our plans by using little-known money management techniques which grow your savings and remove the often devastating downside of the market? This is where Tony Provost comes in. Tony has the knowledge and a lifetime of experience on how to use his unique no-risk strategies, which removes all the guesswork and downside from what we get from traditional methods of investing. Reach out to Tony and find out what the richest people in the world are doing with their money. You can do it too. Today's episode of RV Game Changer is brought to you by RVing Today TV. If it has anything to do with RVing and camping, you can bet you'll see it on RVing Today TV. Celebrating its 14th year, RVing Today TV is the #1 weekly RV and camping lifestyle show in the country. Available on major television stations and sports networks nationwide, as well as various streaming media platforms. Visit RVingToday.tv, where you'll find the list of stations and networks carrying the show, along with additional stories, news, and contests. Today on RV Game Changer, we will be speaking with Corian Correll, Marketing Manager for Forest River Inc., Mishawaka, Indiana. He manages marketing for several brands, including a bunch of Cherokee brands, Avenger, Berkshire Class A Diesels, Campsite Reserve, Campsite Ultra, Cardinal, Charleston, Crusader, and all the Dynamax products, FR3, Georgetown, more and more. You get the idea. There's a lot of products here, probably in the mid-20s. And at RV Game Changer, we ask a little favor. If you like what you hear today and find it helpful and beneficial to your RV experience, please subscribe, like, and comment. And all comments, positive or negative, help us know how to best serve you, our audience. Don't forget to sign up and subscribe. Let's learn a little bit about this exciting young marketing executive and find out firsthand what are the best new product innovations from Forest River for 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Corian Correll. Hey, Corian, thanks for coming on RV Game Changer, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, can you give us a little rundown as to your experience and history in the RV industry?
Yeah, of course. So it's changed up a little bit for me now that I'm a new dad. That's what brought me into the marketing world. But my experience at Forest River, thank you, is mostly on the sales side. So I was on the OEM side in college working at a sticker company. My mom's been doing that for a long time. She was in the graphics industry for 20 years. So she got me into a sales intern job over there at the BGS is what it's called over here, Burlington Graphics. But they make stickers for all sorts of RVs from Grand Design to Keystone, Forest River. So that was my first taste of the RV world. And so I got to do sales, counting, all sorts of different stuff at that facility. And I eventually made my way over to the Cherokee division when I was done with college as a trainee. So my mom had moved on to Sabre at that point and had some connections in the RV industry and said, hey, give the sales thing a try. So I figured, hey, why not? I'll try it out. Never heard anything about Cherokee. Didn't know that they were top selling travel trailer or anything like that. So I was just thrown into this world of fast-paced travel trailer selling. That was about 10 months. I worked under the product manager at Cherokee, which was a really cool experience because he's he has 20 plus years of really good knowledge and foundational RV industry knowledge to give to me. So I spent 10 months there, and then I went over to Sabre, spent the next 5 years and change selling in the Northwest. I had Washington, Oregon, Montana, Wyoming, and half of Canada was my territory. So lots of fun and shows up there. And I was pretty big into the marketing side at Sabre. So I was helping with all their materials, their videos, setting up things like this with the podcasts. And so it was a good transition. When I resigned for family reasons, they ended up pulling me back in to help with the marketing efforts here at Forest River.
Well, that's fantastic. So it was kind of like a natural evolution from the sales into the marketing. So tell me, like, how did you get your experience with that? And how did you make it like something that was really important to your career?
So marketing has always just been a side passion for me. Starting in high school, I started taking marketing classes. I was involved in DECA. I went to IUSB for management information systems, and marketing courses was always just something that resonated with me, because you can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, they're not going to buy it. So it's, from my perspective, when I was in sales, it was a blend of sales and marketing. You need people to know about it, but you also need people to educate customers through the process and make them comfortable with the product.
You know, your brand reach is quite diverse, you know, the brands that you market for. Let's go over some of those brands.
Yeah, of course. So the biggest is Cherokee. They're well equipped for RVers at any stage in their buying process, whether you're a beginner or you're more experienced looking for one of their big fifth wheels. They've got a lot of options and price points across the board. Anywhere from the Wolf Pup, which is a single axle, all the way up to, like I said, they do fifth wheels and the Timberwolf destination trailers. So that keeps me busy there, as well as Prime Time was recently kind of rolled over under John Quake, who is the GM of the Cherokee division. So there's a lot of changes going on with Prime Time too. They have a new mantra. They're built for life. Innovation and quality are really being brought to the forefront over there at Prime Time, and you're seeing those ranges.
LaCrosse and Tracer, correct? I'm sorry, is that LaCrosse and Tracer in Prime Time?
Yes. So it goes Avenger, LaCrosse, Tracer, and there's Sanibel and Crusader as well.
Oh, wow.
So all that's based on Walker Russo.
Yeah, no, tell me a little bit more about that lifetime camper for lifetime type of mantra like you were talking about.
Yeah. So with Built for Life, the quality, that's number one over there at Prime Time in particular. They're really focusing on the components that are going in. Their engineers from start to finish, just building a better product and being able to take care of the customers better after the sale with their big investments in the customer service over there. And being involved with Cherokee, they get more scale, buying power, more smart people that have been working over at the Cherokee team, helping them get to the level that they have been, are now working with Prime Time to help them form their own identity and come into their own.
Well, that's fantastic, you know, and I think, you know, having that buying power that Forest River has, it makes a lot of sense that you share, you know, contacts, so to speak. You know, if you're buying a particular hot water heater, and yeah, you might as well buy another, you know, several thousand that are going to be used in the Prime Time group, right?
And it benefits the customer at the end of the day, because they get a good quality product, but the price goes down without necessarily taking bad steps to get that price point down. But taking things out of the trailer, you're able to just buy smarter.
Right. I'm sure the manufacturers of those components appreciate it too, and it saves them money to not have to retool if they can make more of the same product over and over again, rather than, you know, retooling for all the different brands and everything else that go along with that.
Finding efficiencies that aren't necessarily degrading the product.
Right. There you go. Now, obviously, different types of RVs appeal to different types of users. And how do you figure out, as a marketing manager, how to appeal to these different demographic groups?
So everybody has their own niche, I'd like to say. So in a Wolf Pup, a lot of times you've got younger families that are getting into those, maybe somebody that's new to the RV world that doesn't want to make a huge investment if they don't like it, or they have maybe a small vehicle. So there's different things that go into picking your customer. And I think a big part of it is going at different segments and not really pigeonholing yourself into one place, because campers are different in every category, and you just have to put out content in different ways, speak differently to different people. And it's just been a big output on our end, just focusing more on who is in the Wolf Pup, who is in the Gray Wolf, who's over in the Avenger, like really knowing our customers and how we need to speak to them. And that's on a day-by-day basis over here.
Yeah, you mentioned putting out content. What is some of the, content that you use? Like, what are you using? A lot more video? Are you doing more blog posts? Podcasts like this? What are the things that Forest River in your department are doing to kind of reach out to these customers?
So short form video, it's no secret that's definitely a good way to get attention. It's not necessarily as in depth as you would need if you're in the RV buying process. You're not going to get everything you need to know out of a 1 minute, 30-second clip, but it's going to give them a good idea of the look on the outside, the look on the inside, and hopefully that's funneling them down to our more nitty gritty content. So we're doing 2-3 minute walkthroughs, 10-minute walkthroughs, just more different kinds of content for customers at different steps of the process. So if I'm just a little bit interested, I'm probably going to watch a TikTok or something on the Wolf Pup. But if I'm really getting interested, I can go down to their YouTube channel and do a full walkthrough of the product and get to know more about it.
All right, so you kind of break it up a little bit, so to make it, give people a taste, and then if there's something that they're interested in, they can go and watch the whole video. I have a short video here that you did with one of your colleagues, and it's on the Rogue Armored by Forest River. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, I'm Corian with Forest River. I'm here with Jerry Sells, Sales and Product Manager with Vengeance Rogue. Today we're going to be looking at some of the new exciting features and floor plans they're rolling out for 2025. So take it away, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm really excited to introduce the new Rogue Armored Travel Trailer. We've always been known as a fifth wheel toy hauler line, and for 2025 model year, we're introducing toy hauler travel trailers. So we've got a couple of them here. We're actually standing in front of the new travel trailer. You can see it's got a full windshield across the front for the front bedroom, and you'll see that inside of this one as soon as we come through this way.
Yeah.
So this model is our new 32-132. Meaning 13 feet 2 inches. That's where the 132 comes from. So you've got 13 feet 2 inches worth of storage space. Should fit any four-seater side-by-side out there, or almost every one of them. We throw in a little half bath, put a window in so it feels bright and open. One of the cool things we've done with this unit is we've actually put a window in. It's actually, you can shut it if you want the vapor barrier. You don't want the vapors coming through to your coach. But when you're camping, open this up, and that increases your living space. As you come forward this way, now we can basically communicate each way. It's all nice and open. So in this particular floor plan, you're going to get a bed slide here with the theater seating. Obviously, you're looking straight at the TV up over top. We have some new appliances, Insignia appliances for this year, which I'm really excited about because it's a really nice, big, deep oven for an RV and even has digital readout of the timer and the temperature. I call this our Swiss Army sink. Check another video to see all the cool things this does. We're going to work right back here into the bedroom. One of the best parts about this coach is the incredible front bedroom we've designed. First of all, you saw the big glass windshield. Here's what it looks like with its closed. And you can see when this is open, just a full panoramic view here with this 86.5-inch wide window. Then you've got a 5-foot wide window here on this side. So it just feels so nice and open and bright. And what's really cool about every Rogue Armored product is in the bedroom, voila, every unit has a projector mounted on the ceiling because we have these 5-foot wide windows and you can actually project what you want to watch. So another cool thing we've done is because you want to sit in bed or lay in bed and watch TV, what we've done is we've got this new padded headboard. But what's really cool about it is the armrests flip down. So now I can sit here and have my drink or my coffee or whatever and watch the projector. And last but not least, we've got the bath. You've got a 40-inch shower with a glass enclosure, porcelain toilet, enough room to come in and change your clothes if you need to. It's just a really good, efficient bathroom.
Well, that's an amazing product demonstration. I do a lot of product demonstrations, but there's so many unique features on that, and it's really great to see the innovation there. So, one of the things that caught my eye towards the beginning was that little window that goes from the toy box area, which is a nice toy box area, by the way, to the kitchen area. So say you have kids. I mean, a lot of times there's some seating back in those toy haulers in the back where the kids might be hanging out during the day playing games with their friends or whatever it is. It's like, hey, mom, hand me over some hot dogs or something like that, right? So you can do that easy enough. Or it's like, honey, come on in and make your bed, or whatever mom has to say to, the husband or the children or whatever it is. And it just is a great way to keep that space open and part of the overall enjoyment that happens with that. I mean, the nice big deck. What was some of your favorite of that camper?
Yeah, to expand on that a little bit. So Cherokee in general, on the toy hauler side, we've been really focusing on breaking that toy hauler stigma, that it's only for toys. Like you said, you can have the kids hanging out back there. You've got the window to communicate easily with them. On Wolfpack specifically, they have a destination style sliding glass door that they put into their garages, which totally transforms that space and lets a ton of natural light in. The rogue group, they're doing interesting things of slide outs that are going into the garages, making that space smaller when you're using it during the day, bigger when you're using it for toys. So the toy hauler field in general has really been innovating a lot as well.
You're right. For the longest time, toy haulers were so kind of masculine and kind of rough and tumble, right? They didn't have any comfort feel to them whatsoever, where this camper does quite the opposite. The bedroom is so abundant, open, luxurious, has great spaces. And I love the fact of having that front window. At first, when they first showed at the beginning of the video, I'm saying they didn't put a shade there. But lo and behold, you have a double shade that can close off. You can let some of the light in, and you don't have to let any light in or create privacy. And then that projector screen, what a fantastic use of space. Doesn't take up any room at all. You just drop your white shade and now you have a projector screen, right? And that was a great video, and I can see the nature of what you're doing and why you're doing it. I think it's really important.
That'd be like an example of I'm trying to get information out there in a condensed package. We used to do a lot of 15, 20-minute walkthroughs, and we were losing people a lot, where we're trying to get it across in 2 to 3 minutes, all the key points.
Yeah, that's tricky, right? To say, okay, there's 100 things I want to talk about, and I got to limit it to about 15. So
yes,
that's where I find the biggest challenge. It's like, I'm so excited about this product. They just want to talk about it all day. And there you go. So let's say for the more tenured RVers, do traditional approaches of marketing like radio and TV still work? Magazines?
In certain cases, yes. I see a lot of our dealerships still do a lot of that. Like when I was a rep, I would see a lot of radio ads, people still doing TV, billboards, even newspapers. But a lot of what we're focusing on is digital mixed with kind of legacy media. So we still lean on our partners like RV Business, RV Pro, some of the tenured legacy media outlets out there. But we're also leaning into the new influencer ambassador realms out there too. So we've got a few people that are in the works on new contracts with Forest River that we'll release later. But we also have people that we've worked with in the past, like RV Miles, that have really expanded what we're able to do by authentically talking to the RVers themselves rather than us just putting out sales content all the time.
Yeah, RVer to RVer kind of communications. That's kind of important. I noticed too, though, some of your brand managers have recently have been kind of a little bit more exciting and more hands-on when it comes to the marketing. I heard just this morning that William Hill is part of the Riverside team, and William Hill is a really exciting individual. I don't know if you know him at all, but I've known him for about 15 years, and what an exciting person that is, for sure.
I know his name, but I haven't met him in person yet.
Yeah, he's. I remember the first time I met him, he was representing Lance Truck Campers. He's like, Bernie, hold my phone and aim it towards me. I'm going to be up over here. I'm going to get up onto this. So I followed him up to the roof of that truck camper, and he's doing jumping jacks and all kinds of fun stuff. Very exciting individual. And then you have another William Miller. I call him Willie. And
Big Will.
He's exciting. That Columbus product, and they're getting great representation through his efforts. I've seen it all the time on LinkedIn and on Facebook and Instagram. He's doing a wonderful job getting the word out about this wonderful product that Forest River is building. So
Mhm.
congratulations on the acquisition of those two fine individuals. I think it's going to really help the overall brand of Forest River for you.
Thank you. I agree. There's a lot of really bright minds at Forest River that I'm able to learn from, and I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Speaking of bright minds, a very bright mind. Well, this is recorded on the 22nd of November, and just a few days ago, it was announced that Pete Legal just passed away for your company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was the founder of Forest River. Tell us a little bit about what you know about Pete and his contributions to the growth and development of Forest River.
So unfortunately, I didn't really get to form a personal connection with Pete. I never met him. But from the stories that I have heard, he's done a lot behind the scenes in our local community. Elkhart, for example, just in my
Yeah.
lifetime living here, I grew up in Plymouth, Indiana, so I know the area well. Just the investments that he's made has made a big difference in the community as far as there's tons of beautiful parks up here. The north side of Elkhart is very developed near I-80 with manufacturing. There's been tons of jobs. Like anyone you talk to, it's likely that they work in the RV industry in some shape or form. And a lot of that leads back to Pete in the early days getting all this started. So everyone's very grateful for his efforts, and he's going to be missed by a lot of people.
Yeah, that he will be, I'm sure. But hopefully his legacy continues on, and the growth and the energy that he put in is going to continue through people like yourself. So,
oh, absolutely. This whole marketing
yeah.
department was started by Pete, and he really laid out a lot of tracks for us to continue to be successful over the next few years and going on even further than that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's great to have a leader who's so forward thinking, right? In getting, keeping that company going in the right direction. So God bless
He
him and
never
his
rested,
family.
he never rested on his laurels.
Right, right. So let's get into, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here a little bit. Product quality has almost always been a challenge for dealers and customers, right? And in not just Forest River, it's all the manufacturers have gone through some form of issues with that. But what is Forest River doing now to work towards the goal of overall getting the happy camper? I'm really happy with this product. I've only had to do regular maintenance or whatever.
Yeah, so there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to quality and making sure the customer is happy after the sale. A big part of that is education up front. We need to properly educate our customers from the jump on how to properly use an RV, how to properly maintain an RV. What are some things that you should be checking on at 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? And that's something we're going to get better on as we develop our customer outreach tool that is going on behind the scenes right now, where we're going to be more involved after the sale and taking care of these customers. So that's something that you'll see from Forest River eventually. And we're also going to be investing a lot into customer service. So you'll see that play out as well. I don't want to go too much into it and get myself in trouble, but we're investing a lot in the customer experience right now. And that's going to definitely play out next year and certainly by 2026 model year.
Right. And I know the dealers are a big part of what you call, your stakeholders in this whole process, right? So educating the dealers on how to educate the customer, I think, is essential. We at Campers Inn do work really hard on those things to make sure they get a proper product demonstration. We hand them paperwork on this is what is expected by the manufacturer for you to do maintenance at certain intervals, like you were just talking about, the 3, the 6, the 9 seasonal changes, like things that they do to get it ready for the winter, or how to wake it up in the spring. And all of those things are very important. But it's good to hear that Forest River is kind of making an effort on getting some systems in place and some resources in place for the end user.
Yep, I can assure you that's priority number 1 right now.
Fantastic. Now, this is what we're all here to really find out. What are the most fascinating product changes happening in 2025 model year from Forest River Inc.?
So that's a tough one, because this year specifically
massive,
has
right?
been one of the most innovative years that I've seen. not even speaking in hyperbole. I've been doing it for a long time, and there's just been a lot of interesting, innovative models and features coming out from lots of brands, not just one place like you see in generally, like maybe Wildwood or Cherokee is always at the top driving innovation, but really it's everybody has something that's really cool and unique that's in their own lane and niche. So starting with Cherokee, I mentioned them. They've got the new side patio deck on their MDK, their 27
hydraulic,
MDK
right?
Timberwolf. Yes, it's a hydraulic deck system. So with a destination camper, typically you have a patio that's set up at your camper, but with this new hydraulic deck, you're bringing your deck with you anywhere you go, and it just comes off the side and extends your living space. And to expand on that, Sabre has their Sabre Sun Deck in the fifth wheel category, and that's an amazing, it's not a typical deck that it's all just one piece. It's a window that actually breaks and comes out into a deck awning. Yeah, so this is what I was referring to on the Sabre Sun Deck. As you can see, it's different from a regular rear ramp patio. It actually is a window that comes off of the side of the camper and extends your living room. And what you're seeing here is a video that Lippert made for us of it being operated. So as it comes up, a portion of it is sidewall, and then when it's up, you have a window. It's not just a big blank wall. It doesn't intrude on your living space in any way. And yeah, that was the Sabre Sun Deck.
That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks for showing that to us. So I've never seen anything quite like that, I have to admit. So we're very curious to see that at the upcoming shows this coming season. Now,
so that was about a year in the works and an exclusive for Sabre for 1 year. And you'll also see it on a different version, not the same floor plan, on a Montana and Bullet. So only 3 manufacturers has that kind of deck right now for a year.
Did you get a chance to go to Hershey this year?
I did.
Tell us a little bit about the response from the customers walking through on products such as that.
So on that one, it gets good eyeball, but the main thing from Hershey was that was our first display of the Forest River rebrand and tying all the brands together to Forest River as the whole. And customers really noticed the scale of how much cool innovation and how many different types of RVs Forest River truly offers. And we're all tied together with that new FR badging that you see on the sides of the units now on all the promotional materials. We've got the ribbon at the bottom. So a lot more uniformity is what we saw coming out of Hershey, and sales were really good for Forest River. So I think it paid off well.
You know, that's a really interesting concept, because you're right. In most cases, you know, for several years, Forest River, you know, identification was very minimal in these RVs. And now with that FR logo, and whose brainchild was that?
So that's all Tom Gruger. He's the VP of marketing. He's going on his second year now. His first year, he was pretty passive and just really learning, taking it all in, because he came from Wilson, worked, I think, 20 plus years at Wilson for sporting goods industry. So it was a bit of a change for him, but now he's getting into it. And that was an incredible first display of unifying Forest River there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think it's really going to help, like you say, solidify the brand and let people know that these products are associated with Forest River, right? And in the systems that you have in place. And, you know, I know over the last few years, you really, the company Forest River has centralized all like parts and things of that nature. So that really helps the end user, helps the dealership figure out, you know, where they're going to be getting their parts from and how they're going to be able to request them and all that. And I'm sure it's streamlining warranty as well as a result. And that's all going to help. And, you know, making it easier for the end user is kind of where it's at. The expectations are kind of high, right? Especially as the demographics get into, you know, the millennials and Gen Zs. The expectations are very high. And what are some of the things that Forest River is doing to kind of align with those expectations? Because they keep going higher and higher.
Quality is the big thing. We're really hanging our hats on quality and customer service. Those are going to be the two biggest things that are going to carry us forward, being sure that the customer is supported before and after the sale.
Right.
Me, on the marketing side of things, I just have to continue to be innovative and show off the products in fun ways that gets people's attention and gets them deeper down the funnel of into those more boring, sticky videos that's really displaying the RVs and everything that they can do and what the lifestyle can bring to you.
Well, boring's in the eye of the beholder. If they're interested and they're curious and you pique their curiosity, hopefully they don't seem to be boring to the people that are really needing to watch those videos.
Yeah, for your core RV crowd, we're definitely looking to bring in people that aren't necessarily RVers.
That's true. I mean, things are spreading out, right? I mean, even when I first started at Campers Inn, it seemed like everybody who was an RVer coming to look at campers had a particular MO. You could say, oh yeah, that's an RVer. Then as time went on, I'm like, they come in, people come in with heels on and, they're all dressed up and they drive up in the BMW and I'm like, huh? It took me a little while to adjust. But
it's just a different way to travel and work and live. People are taking their kids on the road, homeschooling them. They're working on their independent businesses from wherever they are. And the RV industry has changed a lot. It's not just campers anymore.
That's right. Not just campers. Hey, tell me a little bit about some of these other products that I'd never heard of before. Campsite Reserve, Campsite Ultra. What are those?
So that is a partnership with Camping World that has came about recently. So they produce Coleman, Mallard, and the Forest River equivalent of that is the Campsite Ultra that we've came out with in partnership with the Cherokee division. So the Campsite Reserve and Ultra are built out in Butler, Indiana, and Camping World works very closely with us as far as designing the floor plans, what goes into it, build processes, just start to finish. They have their hands all over that product, and it's been wildly successful.
Well, fantastic. Next time we talk, I want to get more of those videos up because they're really informative and they're just amazingly interesting to see all the new developments that are coming out. You're doing a great job at Forest River. I can't wait to keep an eye on you and see how your career continues to develop and grow. And thank you so much for being on RV Game Changer today.
Thank you for having me, Bernie. I appreciate it. And lots of exciting stuff to come. We'll just keep working at it day by day.
Fantastic. Have a great one, buddy.
You take care.
RV dealers, are you losing deals because your customers are upside down in their trades? RV Realtor has the solution. They specialize in helping dealers like you close more deals by offering a way out for customers who owe too much on their current RV. RV Realtor will help turn those impossible trades into possibilities, giving your customers the chance to get into the new RV they really want. Don't let a trade-in hold you back. Partner with RV Realtor and watch your sales soar. Call RV Realtor today and close more deals. And if you want to find the latest episode of RV Game Changer, make sure you go to rvtoday.tv where you find our latest episode along with a lot of great information, tips and tricks, and videos of RVing Today TV. If you want to get a hold of me, go to RV Game Changer on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And make sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful week and God bless.